Main event.
Uh-oh.
What we think, Ant? Kick it off.
Nelson Vasquez, you're cussing.
Yeah.
Go.
Hold on, don't call nobody out though. Don't call nobody out.
Hey, shout out to the fans.
Too late.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the judge?
Nelson?
I think.
Oh yeah,
Nelson
Nelson
Vasquez.
Vasquez.
Yeah.
Slap yourself.
Hey, Jack Baby.
117 to 111.
Come on, bro.
On no planet
Come on,
could you have seen
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Charlo said that after the fight.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
like
Yeah.
the fact that Charlo after the fight was like, yeah, that scorecard's wrong.
Come on.
Is hilarious.
Props to
Like,
Mel for that.
Absolutely, yeah, that's some self awareness, which I can appreciate. And I thought Jermell, even just touch on that quick. I thought he was pretty self aware after the fight. It was, like, it was close. He didn't like seem like, oh, I definitely won. Like, but he also didn't think like he definitely lost. So it was just like, kind of was what it was. But
Maybe because it was the right verdict.
What a night for Jermell Charlo.
that was
That was a night.
No, what a night for Brian Castano.
What a night for Brian Castano.
His stock went up.
yeah, absolutely.
Jamel just plateaued.
I thought Castano won the fight 7-5. I thought that the rounds were easy to score. I thought that it was pretty cut and dry.
I struggled with the 5th and the 11th.
6th for me too. 5th
Yeah.
and 6th.
I was like 5th and the 11th.
Yeah.
The 5th more so, the 11th.
Yeah. I think maybe one time I looked at him and was like, yo, who won that round?
Yeah.
But outside of that, I just thought that it was pretty straightforward. I thought that my whole thing now is, especially when you giving me an opportunity to hear in the corner, I needed to hear what Derek James was telling Charlo, and I thought that his information was great.
Yeah.
Was just a hard night for Charlo mentally to initiate everything that was being told to him in the corner.
He admitted it one time. He said, when Coach James was telling me something, I'm like, man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And you said the information was great. The information can be great, but if the fighter doesn't do it,
I think I
kinda
heard
tough.
they didn't get as much time to work with each other. Was that you guys that told me about that? They didn't get as much time to work with each other. For this
we
camp.
heard about that
That was
too.
you that
Yeah.
said that.
No. We heard about that too.
Yeah.
we heard about
But
Yeah,
that too.
and he had to work with Joan Guzman a lot.
Yeah.
and he actually shouted out Guzman after the fight.
Yeah.
That
was
was Guzman in the corner, wasn't it?
Now I know what you mean by he got big.
Oh yeah. Because I was like, oh, that looks like King Kong working the corner.
yeah, they were,
But James was telling him certain things to do, like stay off the ropes, man, control the fight, and just he would stay on the
went
ropes.
to the ropes
Like he would
immediately.
And when he
Like-
went to the ropes, Castano went to work every time.
Yeah,
his
absolutely.
back touched the rope, and he immediately went to work.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the rope, I'm on you.
yeah.
It took me 5 rounds to realize what Castano was doing. He was basically fighting to the clock, is what I told
Me.
Ant over here. He was not. It was like almost like he was pacing himself and he was waiting for the right moment when he was on the corner, in the corner on the ropes. It wasn't every time he was going at Charlo, but he knew where he was in terms of the time of the round. And it looked right around that 60-second mark, right around that 30-second mark is where he decided to work, take control, and leave that impression to the judges that he was winning the rounds. And my whole thing, and this is why I felt like it was not a hard fight to score. Derek James said in the corner, he said, "You're giving it to him. He doesn't have anything, but you're giving it to him. Yeah. You're waiting on him, and he's just he's stealing these rounds, and that's what he was doing. I'm not the kind of guy that will let the last 10 seconds of a round overshadow the entire round,
Sure.
but." The entire round, there's no jab being pumped out by Charlo. There's no feints being pumped out by Charlo. There's no 1-2s being pumped out by Charlo. Near the end of the fight, he started to throw some 1-2s from a distance. But for the most part, he was walking, circling, backing up. And I was just like, that's not how a guy with a 73-inch reach should be fighting a guy with a 67-inch reach, the height differential as well. And I just thought that 7-5, I felt that Charlo gave away that 7-5. I felt like he lost the fight. I felt like he was gifted a draw. And I told Ant last night, I said, in a rematch, he wins the rematch. This was a classic situation where a guy that can't get it right and make those adjustments in the fight will surely make those adjustments, give him more time to do it. And I just think that, again, this is a learning lesson for him as well. I went through it as a fighter where I didn't make adjustments, and I was able to see after the fight, like, damn, what the hell was I thinking? And it let me know, like, you got to be able to think. you got to be able to think in there. You know, that was definitely was a learning lesson for me. You know, so
What was his name?
Julio Diaz.
Yeah.
No, number 2. The second loss.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Kell Brook, you talking about?
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Kell Brook.
Kell Brook was the first loss.
Yeah, Kell Brook was the first.
Yeah, man, basically, I'll take Diaz. That's a loss too. You should.
So
That's fair.
So at the end of it all, I thought that Jermell Charlo gave away a lot of the rounds. And we said this like before the fight started. I said that if Charlo wins, it will be on the knockout. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't win, if it goes to the decision, he'll lose the decision unless the judges are doing the right thing.
That is exactly what she said.
But here's the interesting part. Castano with his he fought a good fight, but he didn't outbox Charlo. I think he outsmarted Charlo, and I think he outworked Charlo.
Yeah,
his defense is nice, hand speed.
Yeah,
and he got power. That's the thing with Tony didn't have in a rematch.
Yeah,
this dude could actually hurt you.
Yeah.
So
I think
he like buckled him.
Yeah.
Was that a true? He got buckled.
Yeah.
Okay.
He buckled him
twice.
I think I think the only thing you mentioned, the rounds were easy to score, and I think the only hang up people would have about that is stealing the rounds. Is that nobody really, even if it was for the first, chunk of the round, nobody really was asserting themselves.
Doing it.
And then maybe you were leaning Charlo, and then all of a sudden Castano for the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, Shawn starts
and then
saying
you're
that. He's like, he still needs rounds.
So that I think that would be the only thing that maybe I had Castano winning.
Yeah.
Pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Just because I thought I shouldn't be able to identify what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like that much. I shouldn't be able to say, okay, like watching that last night, I don't want to discredit Castano. I think Jermell is a better fighter than him.
He's a better fighter.
Has more power. I just think he's better. And
Yeah.
so I think the fact that I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, just adjust. And it just didn't seem like, I don't know
Carson,
what it was.
Sorry. Carson, do you feel that's the first time I think I've ever seen Charlo been rocked like that? You think he respected his power after he got rocked like that?
Probably.
It changes up? Because usually he just controls the pace.
Yeah, but I almost think being a little more aggressive, like Shawn said with the jab, I think that helps with that. If you don't want to get hit with that shot,
Charlo's
throw the
always
jab out there.
not throwing a lot of punches per round, though.
Yeah.
And I think more than it made Charlo hesitant, I think that gave Castano his boldness again. Yeah. Because he got hurt in the second. Once he knew he could hurt the other guy, it's like, okay.
That's what
I just thought this fight was like clear cut to me, man. Like from beginning to end. So Charlo clipped him in the third round. Second round. He basically took the whole third round off. Recovering.
No, he clipped Charlo in the third.
No, he clipped Charlo.
No,
in the
first
fourth
Charlo
round.
hurt him in the second.
Yeah.
And then Castano came back and hurt him in the third.
In the
last
round.
10.
No,
in the
third.
fourth.
No, you're thinking about when he got clipped in the 10th and then took the 11th. It was like he got clipped in the 9th, took the 10th off.
No, I think Shawn's right because Charlo after the second was in control for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Castano gets him on the ropes and pieces him up and takes the round.
Yeah.
And hurts him.
And then I told Shawn, is he missing this moment to close the show?
Yeah.
I asked him after the fight if he should have emptied the clip.
So
So
I thought that like the tides had changed twice in the fight. I thought the first time was when Charlo clipped him, and then he got Charlo back. I think that when Charlo caught him, he got immediate respect for Charlo's power and really wasn't going to do too much. And Charlo does not work. I didn't realize how much of a counterpuncher he seems to be, but he doesn't really work too much. Right. So Charlo's moving, and gets backed up on the ropes. And I said, like when he's on the ropes, I said, so ain't neither one of y'all gonna do nothing. I talked to the team. I said, so ain't neither one of y'all gonna do nothing. And then Castano lets his hands go, catches Charlo, and realizes I can hit this man. And then he got the respect back. And I think that it went the same way again until the 10th round when Charlo got him. Here's the thing that pissed me off. There's really only two things that made me really mad.
We've already listed 7.
The thing that pissed me off was when they went to Castano's corner, and what the heck did we hear Castano's coach say? This is the last round.
Oh yeah.
And
this last round for what?
I said, this is the last round for what? What kind of coaching is this? And then he said, yeah, we know you're tired. He's tired too. I said, hold on, wait a minute.
Let me throw some bail. That also is being translated, so it could have.
I know, and I forgot to hit up my guy.
In all fairness,
yeah. And so I'm gonna hit up Felix when we done. I'm blaming all this on Felix. I feel like he did not.
He was adding some intrigue.
I feel like he did not interpret that right and translate it for us right, because that was the silliest thing that I've ever heard coming out of a corner. And let's also remind ourselves that even though Castano has a belt, he hasn't been there very long.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they know really how to react.
And his dad is his trainer?
His dad is his coach. Yeah. And I don't know if they really know how to react at that point in the fight. But I think they were ending the 10th round, and he says, it's the last round. and then he says, I know you're tired. He's tired too. And I said, this is just not what you give a fighter with a couple of rounds left. You know what I mean? And I just thought that he did his fighter a disservice. If we see again, once the tide changed again when he got hurt, I think it was that 10th round. You see him kind of give it. I thought at that point he gave the fight away. I really gave up on him. I didn't think he was going to survive after that.
He's worried that his guy's going to get knocked out. Maybe so he's saying, don't press him the way you have been, because that's what Charlo was waiting on again.
Felix, I'm gonna talk to you because this is I didn't get what I needed.
I mean, Charlo I understood why he didn't unload everything, because he's trying to do what got him hurt in the first place all over again.
Yeah.
But wait, let him come to you and then counter him with the hook and hurt him, and then. The part I didn't like about that was in the 11th, the guy was ready to go.
He was ready to go.
I
gave up on him all the way up until like it was 3 seconds. I swear to God, it was 3 seconds left. And I'm like, the fight still ain't over. Because I thought that between the corner telling them what they said and the way he reacted after getting clipped, that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I'm like, are you giving it away mentally? Like, are you just mentally exhausted?
I think the logic was, let me just do what got him here in the first place again. Let me just do what had him out on his feet all over again. Problem with that is that means you're a little dependent on this guy coming forward. Right. He's not going to come forward when he's out on his feet.
Forward.
I don't know who it was on the broadcast that said he was showboating, by the way, when he was clearly it was after he got hit late in one of those later rounds, and he's like trying to run away.
Castano was showboating?
And they're like, well, a little bit of showboating. And I was like, no, he was trying to get the hell away from him.
Yeah, he's doing the funky dance, not to be funny.
It wasn't the Ali. It wasn't the Ali shuffle. Like, that was the Ali get the hell away from me.
I just didn't see the killer instinct in Charlo when he got somebody hurt. It's like he wanted to take him out, but he had respect for Castano.
Was it the second round that when he hurt him that he really jumped on him?
Yeah.
Because in the second round he hit him, and then
10th too,
and he like quickly was like, all right, I can maybe, but not.
And the 10th,
like you said,
the 10th wasn't as crazy
clip.
as the second.
Yeah, but I thought, kind of going back to what you mentioned about, so when he gets hurt in the second, I said, if he's now not going to be confident enough to go in, he can't win. Yeah, Castano can't win from the outside. Yeah. Sorry, it wasn't gonna happen.
When he was punching him, Carson, he was like this. No, he was just like not even. He
just couldn't get there.
Yeah, he couldn't even touch him.
And so I was like, if he's gonna be that cautious after getting hurt in the second, it's gonna be a long night, and it's not gonna be that exciting. Yeah. Thankfully, like you said, he gets the confidence. Okay, I can hit him, and then was full Castano like we've seen. The one thing that's funny, we mentioned what was said in the corner. So in the 11th round, after the 11th round, Derek James told him, you need to knock him out.
Yep, he kept it real.
That's the only way to win. And at that time, Nelson Vasquez has Charlo winning a comfortable decision. Like, that is what's hilarious to me. Like, Derek James in the moment thinks, you really got to knock him out to win. Yeah.
Derek said he's seen the unofficial.
Yeah, which he probably did.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But it's like, for him to say that, and then Nelson Vasquez is like, I already got in the bag already. You're good.
I do feel like hurting the man 3 times, 2nd, 10th, 11th. I thought he won the 12th. I feel like he definitely could have rallied to get the draw. I have to watch the fight again on television, and I scored swing rounds in his favor that very well could have went to Castano, but I scored the fight 114, and and
I'm not mad at that,
right?
And I'm not mad at a close Charlo win. I disagree,
I actually can't see 7-5.
I'd have been mad at a close Charlo decision. I'd have been mad at that.
Okay, so even
mad at the
so even like 115, 113, it would have been way off for Charlo. Okay, see, I couldn't see that because there were enough of those rounds. Because if I'm going in the mindset, I don't want to go in Nelson Vasquez's mind, but just in the mindset of, so those rounds we're talking about where Castano maybe steals them late. maybe he's something he doesn't really value that. He doesn't value just throwing a spurt on at the end.
That's kind of what.
And then there's those swing rounds where you're like, yeah, maybe that. Could be
it's almost like Nelson went into the fight and said, "Oh, Charlo got this."
Yeah, and I don't think I don't think it's like anything like a fix and like commission.
That's what I felt.
No.
I just think it was just a really shitty job by a referee or by a judge.
When you get absurd,
it's how it is. It's just how it is. When you know someone's name and you don't know the other person's name, it's like your mind. Yeah. It's a psychological thing. Your mind's geared towards the person you know. What's up? I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Ant. Follow me on IG with 2 T's. Let's do it. Let's do it again. All right.
Just introduce yourself.
Okay.
And then you tell them what to do. I'm Showtime Shawn Porter.
I'm Anthony Brenagh.
Carson A. Merk. Like, subscribe, comment.
This is the Porter Way.